while I was doing all the proposals, I started looking at the products. Started thinking, these products, these insurance products, they're quite okay. I think they're good. They would do some people some good. And my mother, she saw that, and she told me, why don't you get licensed just in case? I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll take the test, I'll take the seminar and go through the test, but I won't sell. And I did just that. I passed the licensing exam, so I have my life license. I also told her, I also get a non-life license just for good measure. And I got my non-life license. But I told her I still won't sell. I'm a university graduate. I will not sell life insurance. So she said, no, it's okay. My mom said, it's okay. Just in case. Just in case. So on my second month as a staff member, making proposals, I came across an endowment plan, and I was thinking, wow, this is a really good product. This is a good product. It's a fantastic product. I mean, people will buy this. I was thinking like that. And when my mom saw that, hey, why don't you try to sell that? Why don't you try to sell that? I told her, Ma, I told you. No, you try to sell to the girlfriend of your cousin. I tried to sell to her, but she rejected me. Maybe she will buy from you. So my mom really knows how to, challenge me. Because I don't back down from a challenge. I told her, really? She said no? Okay, I'll give it a try. So I made the appointment. I created the proposal. I was a product pusher back then. And I showed her the product. It's a really good product. It's an endowment product. Guess what? Guess what happened? She said no. My very first sale, she said no. And I asked her, why not? I think that's the question that a lot of us here fail to ask our clients when we get the no answer. Why not? If we ourselves believe the product is good, why is it that our client won't buy it? What is your reason? And the client said, she told me, I don't like it because it's 10 years to contribute to pay. I only want 5 years. Oh, don't worry. We have 5 years also. So I came out with a new proposal, gave her the 5-year pay program, and closed my very first sale. Thank you. Okay, so I closed my very first sale, and I remember when I got my first commission check. Remember, I was earning 5,000 a month as a staff member. And on that sale, I earned around 45,000 pesos on that one sale. So I was thinking, maybe there is something in life insurance. So I was thinking, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this more. So I started setting appointments. I started seeing all the people I can see. Right? The thing is, one thing about myself, just like what Mr. Mahadi said, I don't want to settle for being number 2. Number 2 is not part of my vocabulary. Thank you. So I asked myself, or I asked my mom, who is the number 1 life insurance agent in my company, in our company? And she told me, and she's this woman, she's a fantastic woman. She's like 20 years TOT. 20 years TOT already. Now, I asked my mom, can you introduce me to her? So I got to meet her, and she keeps on calling me anak, which is child. So I asked her, what's your secret? What do you do? Well, she always says, if you keep it in your mind that you will make it, you will. If you say to yourself all the time that you will be TOT, then you will make it to TOT. Because the mind is a very powerful instrument. And she also told me it doesn't hurt to have several VIP clients as well. Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, if she can do it, why can't I? We both have 24 hours every day, right? I was thinking she also needs to eat, right? And sleep. And she also needs to go to the loo. So she's also human. So maybe what she's doing, I can also do the same thing. I can also tap the VIPs. But then, there is that one thing that, she's a bit older than me, and I'm just 21 years old at that time. So I had no market, I had no experience, and I had no credibility. I mean, who would believe a 21-year-old and trust that person with all of his millions, right? Doesn't make any sense at all. But the thing is, challenge, being too young, I converted it into an opportunity. You see, being young and being fresh out of college, I still love to read, I have that propensity for study. I still want to research, and I am very technologically savvy even for that time because I'm a computer information systems graduate. So I know how to tap technology for my advantage. So I used that and I started studying. I started learning more about finance. I started learning more about what's happening in the local economy. And this preparation helped me because after my first year, 2001, I came into the industry in the month of August 2001. So at August to December, I did not make TOT during that year because I only had 5 months. On my first full year of TOT, first full year in the business, that's 2002. Okay, I'm getting to the meat of the story. Do you want to know how I made TOT on my first year? On my first full year? It's actually a combination of an accident and deliberate act. The accident is, since I always keep in my mind that I want to look for the VIPs, is that I got into some parties, and then I got introduced to this person, and then this person introduced me. And before I knew it, I was talking to the head of a big conglomerate in the Philippines. This was the accident because this person had 4 kids, 4 children. She was looking for an education program for her 4 kids. The thing is, she doesn't just want to send her 4 children to some college or university in the Philippines. She wants them to go to Harvard. Anyway, she wants to send them to Harvard. So you could just imagine the kind of tuition that will cost. But the thing is, being very, very wealthy, in February of 2002, she purchased from me 4 policies, and the total premium was $13,500 US per year. Thank you. I'd like to think that that was the accident. I made TOT accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, because I was always putting in my mind that I want to go head to head against the number 1 advisor in my company. I want to go head to head against TOT. Just like what Mahadi said. He wants to beat the salary of the Prime Minister. In my case, I wanted to beat the number 1. And I was able to do that in February. As of February, I had $13,500 US in premium. And in our country, the requirement, I think at that time, it was still the same requirement for all. To be top of the table, you need, I think, $16,000 in premium to make top of the table. So I'm still not TOT, I'm still COT. The second part is the deliberate part. Having learned more about finance, economics, bonds, stocks, etc., commodities, I was able to have the courage to talk to a former head treasurer of a foreign bank in the Philippines. The bank is Deutsche Bank, and he is a retired head treasurer. And I knew that he had a ton of money. I knew he had a ton of money. and I wanted to sell to him. How did I know him? He's the father of my best friend in college. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, that's one of the reasons why you should send your children to the top universities. You get a lot of prospects there. I got the appointment with him, and you know how difficult it is to sell to these top financial people, right? They know all the technical jargon. They know all the ins and outs of the economy, the investments. I mean, what can someone like me tell him? So I had a very difficult time closing this guy. He was always, no, I don't need the insurance. I'm self-insured already. My portfolio will take care of my kids. When I go, I don't want them to be happier. It was very difficult for me to sell a life insurance to him, but I was able to convince him to invest in our asset management company, which, as you all know, is part of the MDRT requirements, right? Asset management. Because of my constant, persistent meetings with him, I think he finally relented, and he invested with me on the same year $1.5 million US. Thank you. That was enough for me to make top of the table for the year. My first full year in the industry, I made top of the table.